This is the Standard Omni, and it's probably the best all-around skate on the market in 2024. Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. Now, before I start speaking about these, disclaimer, I paid for this skate. I did not pay full price. The owner of the company, Standard, Lawrence Ingram, made me a special price on this skate, but because I ordered them from the US to Portugal, I had to pay extra duties or extra costs for importing, plus the shipping, so they ended up costing more as if I bought them in Europe. So if I can advise you on something, maybe just buy them from your local skate shop. Option number one. Option number two, if you don't have a local skate shop, maybe think about starting yours. And then option number three, order from whatever you want. Also, still on this full disclosure, I do work for a skate brand, which doesn't make the classic aggressive skate, but it does make an aggressive skate. And for that reason, I will not be able to call these that we're doing today a review. So I'll be talking about this skate. I'll be sharing some opinions without calling this a review. It's my honest opinion. So that is it. Now, this is a skate that I've been skating for about a month right now. I'm right now in South Africa, in Cape Town. And I got this skate in a size medium. I am a 275 millimeters and I was never ever able to fit my foot on this skate with a liner. So from day one, I've been skating it with the Intuition premium liner. And this is not my favorite Intuition liner. I would prefer the V2s, but I don't have mine anymore. And I can't find any. So if I would find another medium-sized Intuition V2s, I believe these would fit me better. And the reason why I say that is, as a 275 millimeters, they do feel good, and I don't do that much gaps. I don't even jump. So, but what happens is every now and then, when there's a little bit more impact, I feel like my toes touch a little bit the front, and that's because these liners are a little bit thicker than the V2s. That's why I said that I would prefer the V2s, but they're still extremely comfortable. For me, this skate right now, I do not feel any pressure points other than when there's some more impact. I feel like my foot will touch in the front, but that is about it. Now, still speaking about the fitting on this skate, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that the skate is extremely hard, and I do think that this skate is harder than most out there. But I think what people feel more than anything is that this skate has a narrower heel. So this skate feels a little bit more like a free skate instead of the traditional aggressive skate. While on the aggressive skate you usually have a wider heel, there's a lot more space, and that allows people to also do some movement within the skate. With this skate, that doesn't happen, which for me, it's a huge advantage. And the reason why I say that is, on this skate, the way that I skated them, I should say that I skated them with different frames. Right here, this is not the stock frame. I did skate it with the stock frame. This is the Larifari frame, which is the anti-rocker version of the Diridari frame. I know it's complicated, from this company called Entente, which is a German company, handmade in Bavaria, a part of Germany, and it's owned by my friend Mark Hoyce. But I skated it with this frame. I also skated them with the new everything frame, the T-neck frame. I skated them with the stock frame on the first day, and I also skated them when aggressive with the Sola Joe Atkinson frame. Then I also skated them with my frame, this one. It's the new collab between Yo-Yo Skate and myself, and I skated them with and without sole plate.
Can I get a flat white and one of these avocado cheese?
Especially when I skated them with the big wheel frame or with the Sola frame when I wanted to skate bowl, these smaller heel pocket or this thinner heel area really came in handy because it really gives you a lot more support. But not just when I skated with those frames, also when I skated them with the anti-rocker frame, what happened is some skates out there, I tied them a lot all the time. With these skates, because they also feel, the plastic also feels a little bit stiffer, huh? But because the plastic feels a tiny bit stiffer and because I have the heel in place, I'm able to skate them with, I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skating with only 5 of these clicks on my buckle. And this way, I was able to do all these tricks that I needed to bend my ankles a bit more. And I've been one of those to say that most of the times the tricks should come from bending your knees and not your ankles. But I also felt some tricks a little bit easier when I didn't tighten the buckles as much. Now, the first couple of times that I skated these with the big wheels, I tried to tighten them more. And when I tightened them more, I felt what some people have been saying about the skate being stiff. When I tightened them more, I really felt they would create some pressure around this area, which over time, I stopped feeling that. I don't know how to justify that, but I do know that over time, I stopped feeling that. Now, there's two things that are, I think, important to mention. Number one, I started by skating this skate in Portugal. It was the end of winter. I've been here for almost a month now. I started skating this skate at the end of winter and I came for summer in South Africa. So two completely different temperatures. And I have not been hearing people speaking about that, but I'm actually very curious to see some people's opinions about this skate, but people that have been living on the southern hemisphere who are now going over summer where they live in a warmer temperature. People like Rob Killett in Australia, I know that he got the skates. I'm very curious to hear his opinions because it's probably going to be different. As someone like in North America or people that live in Europe, when they're skating this in the summer, they're probably going to have a different opinion. I'm not 100% sure about these, but I did felt like the skates feel a little bit different after skating them for a couple weeks and especially now being in South Africa. I can't 100% justify the reason for that, but they're not giving me pressure points. Now, there is one thing that I really, really, really don't like about these, and this is the buckle. They come with the buckle that at every little touch, they will open. And it's also me, because I felt when I skate with the bigger wheels or when I skate the bowl with the Sola frames and I tighten a bit more, they don't get loose easy at all. I'd never had problems with these, even if this is a plastic buckle, I never had problems, but it's been mainly the receptor. What's been happening is that over the past couple of years, I've been trying to skate with a much closer stance by keeping my feet a lot closer. And I don't know exactly why. I know that I like how it looks and it feels a bit more in control, and because of that, or not, I've been doing it. Now, what happens is when I skate with a closed stance, with the skates not that tight, very easily they're opening. So it's been to the point that if I'm skating with a friend just trying to do one trick, as aggressive skaters do a lot, we stop here, we do one trick there, and then we come back and then we do it again. Or like just doing a couple of lines, but like simple tricks, very often they get loose, and it's extremely annoying. Yeah, if there's one thing that I didn't like about this skate, I would say it's the receptor of the buckle, which is, I know, it's extremely easy to change, and it's something that they can do in no time. Again, I was not able to skate them with a stock liner. The stock liner felt too puffy to me, and my foot simply just didn't got in. Now, when I was at Winter Clash, and before Lawrence shipped the skate to Portugal, I was able to test one of his samples. And the sample that he allowed me to try also had the stock liner. I don't know if the stock liner that he had there was different, if it was a sample, if it was used by someone. It was extremely snug, but I was able to put my foot in. Now, with the liner that came stock on this skate, once again, a medium Standard Omni skate, I was not at all able to put my foot in. Just, it wouldn't fit at all. Yeah, it felt different from the one that I tried at Winter Clash. Now, the shell, I love how it looks. I do, somehow when I look from the top, it reminds me something between the Razors and a USDA, and I don't know why, but I like how it looks from the top. I've been getting lots of compliments from people around, especially here in South Africa, people that hasn't seen the skate, and when they look at them, most people go, wow, they look beautiful, they look really nice, how do they feel? I've been talking with people about it, and it's cool. It's kind of like you have the Tesla truck that everyone is taking pictures and looking at it. It's like, that's what this skate is right now. It's a skate that a lot of people are curious about, and I like the look of it, to be fully honest. I really like the look of it. From the side, I really, really love it. Looking from the top, I also feel comfortable. I don't know about you, but for me, it's important to, when I put a skate and I look from the top, like this top view, it makes me feel motivated to skate it. It's a thing to me. It does have a riveted cuff with this hole here that looks almost like if you can just put a tool and take it out, but no, this is not the regular cuff bolt. This is really just a rivet. I don't feel the need to change anything about this. It's cool that I know that at first they were speaking about having the buckles riveted. It's cool that the buckle is not riveted, so then I can change the receptor. I did broke the receptor on the first day that I skated them. I spoke to Lawrence, and he was in the first 5 minutes, and we have a huge time difference. We have like an 8-hour time difference. I went skating, I came back and I said, look, I skated them, I really enjoyed them. And I was honest with him. But I broke these, and he's like, oh, I can send you one. Oh, come on, I have a lot of these. So I changed this for a different one, but I wanted to change for the exact same. I wanted both skates to be like that. I do know that I've not been skating them stock, and for some people that's the thing. But I also know that Lawrence sells this skate as a shell only, as a shell plus liner, or as a complete skate with boot, frame, wheels, etc. Now, also important, very interesting, I ordered this skate when I first placed the order. I ordered them as a flat setup, but somehow Lawrence ended up sending me the anti-rocker version. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I got a really good price, and I still got some extra wheels, which I'll be speaking about. If you saw my first post on Instagram with these, I was skating with the mushroom blading wheels, and those were sent to me by Lawrence. Apparently the wheels are made at the same factory. The chroma wheels and the mushroom blading wheels are all made at the same factory. And I have nothing wrong to say about these wheels. I mean, as a stock wheel, let me put it this way. A lot of the skates that I either buy or companies send me to make these videos and share some opinions about, a lot of them, the wheels that come stock, they break on the first day. I'm a heavy skater, so they break very easily on the first session. A lot of them even skating flat. Now with these I was skating anti-rocker and the wheels are perfect. Like I was skating at the skate park, I know, but it was like a cement skate park and I wanted to test to see how they feel, if they feel fast, they feel slow. They felt okay. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be as fast as the famous wheel, like the ones that I had on the Solo Joe Atkinsons, but they felt good. They didn't break or started making weird noise or anything like that. The bearings are pretty simple, just simple bearings that didn't give me any problems at all. The anti-rockers, well, it's the anti-rocker. Is it this one? I think the ones that come on the skate don't have bearings because these are the free-letting ones that I got from Entente. I think the anti-rockers that come on these skates, they do not have bearings, but anti-rockers, honestly, to me, they feel like anti-rockers. I do like the anti-rockers with the bearings, because I don't like to have them stuck, but this is me. I don't really skate anti-rocker setups that much. I ended up skating this skate, as I said, the first day with the standard frames with 4x58 with the pointier wheel profile, the mushroom blading. I think it's called the buddies, the wheels. I think that's the name of those. Maybe I'm wrong. It's the pointier profile. And I really, really enjoy them. Like the frame is completely different from these. It's also different from these. It's kind of like if the groove is almost, the whole piece is like all the way here and it has only a little concave, a little groove here to tell you where to go. I know that some people have been complaining when they do royales, the skate goes out and all that. I didn't felt that. My first day I was able to do backslides. I was not that good with torques, which I always complain about doing torques, but I was able to do torques with the T-neck frames on these skates. So yeah, for me that says a lot. Then the sole plate. The sole plate on this skate, it felt really, really fast. I like it. I really, really like it. And it's like when you look from the top, it doesn't come out of the skate. It's like the top view, as I was saying, which is important. The sole plate doesn't come out a lot. Of course, in the back it needs to come out because if you have like a thin heel, the sole plate needs to come out. But I love the looks of it and I love how it slides. And also, like negative wise, like the negative space on the sole, it's not huge, not at all. But it didn't really give me problems at all. I was able to do negative tricks like with any other skate. Okay, this is also a skate that will offer you good lateral support that I do know, as I said previously, that not everyone is going to like it because some people like to move their feet, but I like the fact that I can keep my buckle loose, and because my heel is in place, then I'm able to do some ankle movement inside while still being safe, because I don't want my foot moving inside. I don't want to twist ankles, and I feel like this narrow heel really allows me to have that lateral support, but then keeping the buckle a bit loose allows me to have that movement. Okay, but up until here the skate is pretty normal with a couple of differences. I said skate is pretty normal for an aggressive skate. Now, when you use these with big wheels, that's when this skate becomes very different from most aggressive skates on the market. It's like, remember the narrow heel that I just told you about? It's going to help you a lot. You feel like the skate is really supportive. So I take this frame off and I can skate it either without the sole plate, which is new. It's completely new. There is most of these other skates out there, if you take the sole plate, the sole of the skate, it's too soft, so it's not going to offer you any rigidity on the boot. So either they become slow or you kind of feel like the boot becomes sloppy. I know that a lot of people doesn't like to skate the rollerblade blank even with the sole plate because the frame is attached to the boot with bigger wheels, because they feel that the bottom of the boot, it's not thick enough to hold this. Okay, now this boot, and it's not talking shit on the blank boot, it's still one of my favorite boots out there. Not as much with big wheels. Now this boot, even without the sole plate, it feels stiff enough to keep its speed and to give some integrity to the boot so that you have control. It's awesome. And you can skate it with or without the sole plate. To be fully honest, I enjoyed it without the sole plate more. I like the looks of it. I think it's pretty unique. It kind of looks like you have still a sole plate. This is just the bottom part of the shell that it's painted differently, or I think it's painted. And it even has like a little draw here. I can't really show you now, but it looks slim when you look without the sole plates. It looks slimmer when you look from the side. It also has like a nice look. I love these. And I'm not someone who's been skating these like for wizard tricks or with a wizard setup, but 100% I believe that this is going to be a boot that will work really good for wizard frames. Now, I'm not gonna say that you're gonna skate the wizard 4x110s. Probably for that you want a carbon boot, but this boot felt really, really supportive. And it's not one of those boots that has a lot of forward flex. Example, on the US this way, some people like to skate it with wizard frames. They need to keep the sole plate because the boot will become a lot softer without that. And it's a raised heel too. So this one is flat. But on that boot, even when you use the sole plate, there's a lot of forward flex. Now this one you can use with or without the sole plate if you want to do a couple macchios. But you can also do macchios here anyway. But the boot, because it doesn't have a lot of forward flex, it feels a lot more like a Seba. Some people may not like to listen to this, but it feels a lot more like a Seba with the wizard or with the big wheel frame. So I like it. I really do. So, in conclusion, I really like this skate. When I said it's the best all-around skate in 2024, it's a skate that you can buy it. You're gonna be able to skate it as an anti-rocker skate. When I skated anti-rocker, I love them. When I skated them flat with a plastic frame, I love them. When I skated them with an aluminum frame, trying to go fast on bowls and cars and all that stuff, I love them. When I skated them with the big wheel frame with the sole plate, I love them. When I skated them without the sole plate, I really enjoy them too. I really love them. So at the end of the day, I really, really think it's an amazing skate. I think it has some things that may change in the future, like the liner and all that, but probably I could just, if I want to keep the stock liner, what I need to do is I need to go for the size bigger. We just need to be aware of that. The one major thing that I didn't like at all about this skate is just the easiest thing to change, and that is the buckle receptor. So with that being said, well done, Lawrence. If you guys don't know who Lawrence is, I don't think you live in this world, but anyway, Lawrence Ingram runs a YouTube channel called Back to Blading. He owns and runs this company, Standard. He also owns a couple more companies like 50/50, Chroma Wheels, under his distribution, Balance Distribution. They also sell mushroom blading wheels, or they distribute mushroom blading wheels. They have other stuff out there. So yeah, go check their stuff. Lawrence obviously is not doing this alone. Him and his team, like Stefan Brando, obviously has been doing an amazing job with branding for Standard, and I think he's been working with other companies from Balance. So really well done. Now it's gonna be very curious, because if a couple of years ago the only skater-owned company was them, now there's like some core wars. Now there's them, there's Mesmer, there's these. There's T-Neck. By the way, those are going to be my next skates. I already got them in Portugal, and I get to Portugal Thursday. So that's gonna be fun. Cheers. Don't forget why we all started skating. You know why? Because it's fun.